episode of Utah Crossbow Hunter, where today we are going to be testing super glue versus Easton Quickbond arrow insert adhesive. So as I said in my last video when I did the arrows, I have 3 of my arrows that are done. Numbers 1, 2, and 3 are done in the Easton Quickbond, and arrows 4, 5, and 6 are done in super glue. So it's basically to see which one hold better. Because as you recall, I was having issues with the fletchings coming off of these Black Eagle executioners. I have my target set up down there so I can see how we do. So it's just a test to see which one. I don't know how many rounds I'm going to do, maybe 1 or 2 rounds. Then hopefully I can get majority of them to go through my target, because that was the issue that I was having, is when they're going through my target, obviously they were coming off. So I've decided to do a kind of a competition between the two to see which one holds. So in the comments below, you tell me which ones you think are going to hold. So with that said, let's get things going here. So let's put the first one in. Be number 1. Let me start with number 1. Let me just go in order here. Will be number 1. Let me, since I took off the inserts, I just want to make sure they're good there, and then that one's good. So let's send arrow number 1 down and see what happens here. Okay, here we go. Okay, that one didn't go through, but that's all right. I'm not aiming at anything. I'm just putting them down range and see what happens. My bag is about 20 yards down range, like everything has been. Like I said, I just want to see which fletchings hold better. I mean, it's because I got my other competition coming up. For those of you who don't know, I have which ones are they? Yeah, the Gold Tip 425 Ballistic Pro is going to be versing these Black Eagle executioners. So we want to make sure everything is good for that competition. So here's arrow number 2. That one went through. Okay, so I have to check that one. And we will do arrow number 3. And see what happens with that one. I mean, technically, do I want any to come off? No, I don't. But I want to make sure everything is absolutely 100% good for the unfair competition that I got coming up. All right. That one went through, good. My target's only about 20 yards or so. I don't know exactly. I just set it out there today. All right. This round is going to be the super glue arrows. And again, these are all coming in at about, I believe, 457 grains, I want to say. Okay. That arrow didn't go through. When you want them to go through, of course, they're not going to go through. That's just, I guess, the way it goes. So, all right. Let's put another arrow in. Super glue fletching. All right. That one partially in. All right. The last one. And we will see which ones are working the best. And I'm hoping, in my opinion, I'm hoping both of them work just the same. But we'll find out. I mean, it's important to have everything perfect. All right. Last arrow. Gold bond. Easton versus super glue. And that one went through. Okay. So I'll go down and pull those, and we'll see. I'll be right back. Okay, so let's check out these arrows. Arrow number 3, the Easton bond. Okay. That one looks pretty doggone good. Okay. Number 2, Easton bond. That one looks good. No problems with that one. Easton bond. Bond. This one looks good. All right, super glue. Number 6. Good. So far, so good. Number 5. That one looks good. And number 4. And that one looks good. Okay, so I'm going to say that was pretty doggone good. They came out even. I'm actually pretty good with that. There's no signs of any of them coming apart. So I'm pretty impressed with this Easton Quickbond arrow insert adhesive. That's a mouthful, isn't it? So, yeah. They're looking really, really good. Do I have one? Yes, I do. I need to fix this one's number 2. I need to fix this one. I don't know exactly. I didn't catch it the first time around after I did it, but I got 3 fletchings at different heights. So this one's high. This one's a bit low compared to this one here. So I'm going to have to redo number 2 for the unfair competition. And yes, I will use the Quickbond just to make sure everything stays good, and we keep everything really good with that. So I'll use the Quickbond on this to fix that, to fix number 2. Like I said, I've used, let me check this one again. This one's all good. So the super glue I've used before had no issues with that whatsoever on any of the arrows that I've used the super glue on. So I'm not going to worry too much about those. So it's a draw, in my opinion. But when we do the unfair competition, we'll have to wait and see whether they're going to be shot more for that unfair competition. So decisions. You know, you just don't know. It's the unknown factor. You can sit here and say everything's good, and you come out again to do it, and something happens. It's undoubtable. So we'll keep it as is. It's just going to be kind of like, this is just a short video on the the Easton Quickbond versus the super glue. I'm happy with both. Put again in the comments below. Make sure you make your comments on what you think. I know some of you might say, well, you need to shoot them more. Well, yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with you on that. But it's going to be repetition after repetition after repetition. Wow. And just see which ones do. Because eventually the fletchings are going to come off. Especially when you shoot a lot and you're shooting through the bag. They are going to come off. There's no doubt about that. But again, these Black Eagles, the first, I don't know what kind of bond they use, but it was coming off like crazy. But the one thing I am going to have to do is make sure my white marks I put on these arrows stay, just in case the red fletching comes off. So I need to make sure that before I shoot, that I always got that white mark on there, so I know exactly where my spine is on these arrows. I got to remember to check that every time I shoot. But yeah, okay. So we'll wrap it up with that, and remember, family first. Take care of your family. By all means, get out there and hunt. And see you on the next episode of Utah Crossbow Hunter.